Hello everyone, it's averydawnside and welcome back to another video. So as you saw by the title of today's video, we're going to be doing a day in my life of one of my ponies and a fan favorite pony on my channel, Little Miss Tilly. So as many of you know, Tilly has been here since the beginning of my journey on YouTube as well as the beginning of my lesson program. She was actually the first pony purchased for my lesson program, so she is near and dear to my heart. Today we're going to be covering what Miss Tilly does in a day. She is a lesson pony, but today we had a bit of a different start because we had to get some things done for her spring vet check and things like that. But it's time to highlight Miss Tilly, and she has deserved this because she's been with us for a very long time. So without further ado, let's hop into Miss Tilly's day in my life. So as you just saw, Miss Tilly starts her morning inside. She does get fed breakfast before she gets turned out. As for what she eats in a day, we mostly have her on forage for her diet, but she does get half a scoop of grain in the morning and half a scoop at night. So it really just depends. If she seems a little bit hungrier with her, I'll give her a little bit extra or a little bit less. Her diet does fluctuate based on how she's maintaining her weight. So we have been transitioning this. That's why there's nothing set, as well as her supplements if she has any back inflammation flare-up, so we do add in supplements as needed, but we try to keep it simple with Tilly just because that's what she seems to prefer. We also like to keep it simple for her feeding routine because she does get quite possessive when you are trying to feed her. She would never do anything, she just kind of stares you down and gets pretty impatient and gives you a little bit of an evil eye, but we always just try and feed her first because she does get moody if she's not fed on time. Tilly does get about an hour for breakfast before we turn her out, 30 minutes for hay, 30 minutes for grain, and now we're going to go grab her and turn her outside. Hi, pretty girl. So as you see in these clips, you're going to learn that Tilly is the opposite of Buddy Sour. She actually prefers to be by herself most of the time, especially in the pasture. She tends to kind of find the shade and stick there, and she doesn't like to be bothered. She's never done anything to any of the other horses. She just prefers to stick by herself. She's very confident in her own existence, and we love that for her, but it does take some adjusting to get used to, so she tends to just stick to the corner away from the other horses. While Tilly is in turnout, I usually just head inside and help out with any other barn chores if I'm not teaching lessons, and other than that, I'm also going to be packing up our trailer because we are going to be doing some off-property schooling later, so you'll see that too. A few hours later, when it's in the afternoon, I'll go and grab Tilly and usually bring her inside because she does have afternoon lessons, but instead today we're going to be grabbing her and taking her for off-property schooling as well as a vet check in Silverglade. So Tilly has been having some issues trailering because she doesn't go off property very much. She tends to just be a lesson horse, so it does take her a little bit of convincing to get onto the trailer, and when she is first on the trailer, as you'll see in the Tilly cam, she can be a bit unsure, but we just take it step by step and try to be patient with her because it is something that she doesn't do very often. I will do a final check on Tilly before we head out, but I'm just going to go inside and grab some last minute things before we do hit the road. Okay, so it was quite the drive here, and getting Tilly off of the trailer is even more interesting than getting her on the trailer because she does like to kind of try and run through my hands, so I do have some dust on me, but she's settled now that we're here. I'm going to give her a few minutes to get used to everything and go and talk to Marley really quick just about using the schooling fences and setting the heights. But we're going to go ahead and tack up right after this while I dust off the rest of the dirt off of me before I get on, and then we're going to go ahead and get into our ride for the day. Tilly, did you knock the camera over? Come on. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Tilly has been with me for about 2 years now, and she knows that she can't push my buttons, so we usually have a pep talk before we start our rides.
On your cheeks, 'cause baby in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light, feeling like a child through the days and the nights, living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to love, oh, oh, easier to love, oh, oh. There's nothing like the way that you adore me. I can feel love from miles away, and the light in your eyes tells me stories of life in a more perfect place where I wanna stay. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light, feeling like a child through the days and the nights, living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to love, oh, oh, easier to love, oh, oh.
Okay, we just finished up our ride for the day. Today we worked on just some regular flat work, and then we got into some more technical courses and doing some jumper turns. Tilly was originally a trail horse before I bought her, and then I've been using her for cross country on property at the ૱ equestrian facility, as well as some regular just jumper lessons, but she does need to get a little bit better at her handy turns before we do get into doing any jumper shows for the kiddos, so that's what we were working on today for our ride. I really hope that the GoPro is on and that the microphone is picking up what I'm saying between the wind and everything, but Tilly and I are just barebacking over to the vet clinic, which is just down the road from Marley's. We don't normally do this, but Tilly had to get her shots, her spring shots, a day different than all the other horses at the barn because she was in a lesson when all the other horses were getting them, so we're just going to stop here quickly before we head home. Alrighty, so it did take a little bit longer than expected and my camera was starting to die, so I didn't record the whole process, but the vet assistant actually helped us out today and did Tilly's spring shots, so she's all ready to go. She is a little bit tired and I'm sure she's going to be sore, so we're going to head back home. Loading her in the trailer was a little bit better than the first time this morning because I think she knows that we're going home, so it's usually a bit easier to get her to go home rather than to go away. So we're going to go ahead and hit the road and I will see you at the barn. Tilly, look at the camera. Tilly. Please. Tilly. Miss Tilly. She does not want to look at the camera. Okay, we'll just go. Earlier I mentioned that Tilly can be a little bit of a keep to myself pony, and she's definitely feeling that right now. I'm guessing that she's also starting to experience the soreness from her spring shots on her, so I'm just gonna give her the space that she needs. I did try to get one last cameo so that she could say goodbye to all of you, but I will just say it for her. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has followed our journey together for the past 2 years. Tilly is definitely going to be sticking around for the long haul, and I'm so happy that I got to show you a bit of her life. But as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!